Welcome to Bridging the Gap. I'm your host, Hella Reya, and I'm using meaningful conversations and stories as tools to bridge the gap. You may ask, to what? Well, find out on this episode of Bridging the Gap. Hi, greetings from the San Francisco Bay Area. Welcome to the first ever podcast episode of Bridging the Gap. For those who are just discovering this podcast, Bridging the Gap is a place where meaningful conversations are held to help listeners utilize their interests and bridge the gap between their own unique story and passions. Bridging the Gap is also the outlet where we highlight rising and established talented individuals. So if you believe you vibe with this mission, consider following this podcast and hitting the subscribe button to this channel. Without further ado, my first guest is an up-and-coming Filipino-American musician who utilizes her multi-instrumentalist skills to create an acoustic and a melodic pop atmosphere for everyone to enjoy. Her mission is to create worshipful art that reflects her life experience and spiritual walk with God. She just created her own rendition of AJ Rafael's We Could Happen, which is now available on all streaming platforms. I am so excited to introduce my first guest to you all. Give a warm welcome and applause to the multi-talented artist, Jazelle. Hi, Jazelle.
Ooh, hi. Greetings from Fremont, California. We living it up here.
Fremont Bay
Drinking my
Area.
boba.
Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, where did you get your boba from?
My boba is from Cafe 86. It's also
Cafe
a
86.
Filipino boba place too. They have halos. Hello. Why did I say it like with the English accent? Why did I do that?
Hello. Wait, where exactly is Cafe 86? Because like Union City, it's like there's just so much happening in Union City and like in so many different places.
Yeah. So I actually live like at the bridge, at the corner of Fremont, and right across the bridge it's just there, Union City. So it's like 0.5 miles, and I'm there at Cafe 86.
Nice. So, guys, if you ever go to the Bay Area, if you ever visit like the East Bay, make sure you support Filipino small businesses like Cafe 86. But, girl, how are you doing today?
Girl, I'm good. I'm just chilling, talking to you. This is so cool. This is so fun. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's kind of overwhelming because you're my first guest, and I want to make sure like this experience is good for the both of us. And I think we were talking before I pressed the record button, and the vibes were just like there. So I think this is just going to be a really fun podcast and episode.
Dude, I did not know. Sorry, I did not know this is your first one. I was like, what?
Dude, you know what? I've done media cons, and like the thing is there's like a whole team that like does like the transitions for us, and we usually do it on Zoom. We're using StreamYard right now. And like so this is like so much pressure for me because there's like you have to like press buttons and all that stuff. But I think we're all good. We're all good. But
you're doing so great, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But like from the time of this recording, the 4th of July just happened. Like, how was your 4th of July?
My 4th of July was pretty chill. To be honest, I don't really celebrate that much. But this time I did. I watched fireworks and actually watched it very close to my face. Like, it was like in the street, and I never do that. I just watch fireworks like in the sky or like on TV. But I watched it in the streets, and it was pretty fun, was outdoors with some of my friends and family. So it was really fun. How about you?
It was fun. I went to Foster City. So actually there was fireworks like in the sky too that like usually that they do, but they haven't done it ever since the pandemic. So it was actually the first time they did fireworks in Foster City from like years ago. And the fireworks kind of suck. It was like kind of weird. The timing was off. It'd be like, yeah, cool firework. And then you would have to wait like 45 seconds for the next. It was like, yikes.
Ooh.
And then usually like it started at like 9:30. And then like, it's usually like a 30-minute like show. But then the ones that they use for the finale, because you know how there's like multiple fireworks that happen at like one time. It like it was that was like at the 15-minute mark. So then we were just like so confused, like what happened.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that you got like had a really good 4th of July and spend it with friends and family. Like that's
Yeah.
like the best way to go.
For sure. Yeah. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I know how exhausting post 4th of July can be. But no, so for anybody that didn't know, me and Jazelle actually met for the first time in person just a couple of days ago when you performed at the Asher in Fremont. For those who don't know what the Asher is, it's not a club, it's not a bar. It sounds like it's a club or a bar, but it's actually like an apartment complex in Fremont. If you know your Bay Area or Fremont geography, the apartment complex is next to the school for the deaf, and they have a really nice like rooftop to hang out. And like, if you ever like sneak into like the apartment complex, like it's really nice. Like, but I swear, if you could afford to live in the Bay Area, you should consider that Asher. But like this fellow musician named Isaiah Tiami coordinated this event for independent Bay Area artists and bands like Ian Santiano and Course, and of course Giselle, to share their talents with their supporters and even residents of the Asher. And Giselle was the opener for the event. So I have a question. Was this your first time performing as a solo artist ever since the pandemic?
Yes, it was actually.
Oh my gosh. How did you feel like before, during, and like after your set?
Oh my gosh. Like when we were actually sound checking, we were the last to go. And so right after we finished our soundtrack, we were like up already, like 15 minutes later. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to go. Like I was talking to Julian and Ryan and we were just like, dude, let's go. We've been waiting for like 4 hours. We were just ready to go. So excited. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we just vibe with each other, and we just had a really great time just playing music at a place like this. It's so sick being up there. Um
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it was just a lot of fun. It was really windy though. And
Oh
so
yeah.
we were cold. I think the only con was me wearing a jacket cuz I wanted to show off my outfit like
Mhm.
under it. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was just fun. It's cool.
I understand the outfit situation because like I've been around like met like other musicians as well, and they like their key component to like their set, like other than the music, is the outfit. Like they like even have like outfit coordinators, like stylists, and I'm like, man, is this like a really like is this a like a big deal? Like I thought it was just the music, but it's like the whole vibe that comes to it. And
Mhm.
like were you feeling so much anxiety like during like that whole like time you were at the Asher?
I I do get anxious, just like every time I perform. But I think like because I met Isaiah before and just knew some of the artists that were playing there, it made me feel a lot comfortable knowing that these are my friends and these are like the community I've been around with already. And it was just like instead of feeling like intimidated mostly, like I felt like at peace just having fun with like my friends. And so that was kind of like the primary like feeling that I felt at the Asher. I was just excited to play, man.
Yeah, but it's like I know you get anxious, but I don't know about you. But like a lot of people around me, and then like even myself, like we felt like we were in peace. Like there's you brought up so many like flashbacks of like throwbacks of like I don't know being at church or like the songs that you sang because they were like your own renditions of those like worship songs. Like oh my gosh, like I felt like I was at peace. I felt like I needed to go to church real bad because I haven't gone ever since. Like I forgot the last time I went, but I don't know, you felt like I felt inspired to go to church and like
Hey,
I don't know, just sing like worship songs. Like that was
let's
so
go.
good. Let's go. But Giselle, I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for autobiographies or like Wikipedia biographies. So I'm excited to like get to know your story. So you were born in the Philippines. What region are you from?
The Luzon area. So like I was born in Olongapo City, and then I grew up in like Subic, that area.
Oh, Subic. So like Zambales region.
Yeah. Yes.
That's not considered Ilocano yet, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
I
what
think.
was?
Yeah. Go
Wait,
ahead.
no,
Sorry.
keep on going.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
You forgot.
No. No. You go. You go.
I was gonna ask as a follow up question. What was it like living in the Philippines, and then like when did you migrate to the United States?
Yeah. It was. To be honest, most of my childhood was in the Philippines. I grew up there. I was born there until I was 8. So I did everything there until I was 8. And that's when I moved here with my mom because my dad was here already.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was like petitioning us to come here. And so living there was it was kind of peaceful, to be honest, because I mean I was a kid and I didn't have a phone. The way I'd play or just like hang out with my friends was we'd literally play these Filipino games like in the street, like I don't know if like with your slippers.
With your Chanel, and then you throw
Yeah.
it, and then like there's like a game you throw it or hit like bottles, and then like you throw it, and then there's like
Yeah.
a guy like guiding you, and
Yeah.
then like you have to
Oh
run
my
and make
gosh.
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
getting flashbacks right now. And I remember I would like scrape my feet or like my knee and my mom was like, like come back here now. And then
Oh
yeah. But dude, it was so fun and yeah, like living in the Philippines, it was definitely hot. But I
my.
was like it didn't really affect me cuz obviously like I was so used to it there.
Mm-hmm.
Um but yeah, it was cool. I really love the Philippines and I haven't been there since, dude. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you gotta
I
go.
I gotta
We,
go.
we all have to go. It's such a fun time.
We all where are you from?
I so my mom side is from Patangas, so on the bottom of Luzon.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so my dad's side, they're from the Rizal area, specifically Tanay. So like that's near like the lake that's kind of near like Antipolo and all that
Mm.
stuff. Yeah, so it was a trip seeing all of that and then seeing where like my dad was born and like where my Lola used to live. It's it's like amazing. But for speaking of family, like was your family dynamics, was it like a close knit community, like, and was there like music involved in there too? Because I heard that your dad is a musician and your mom would sing to you.
Yeah, like my dad is actually my music teacher growing up. He still teaches music as a part-time job and he basically taught me everything I know. I started with drums, piano, and then all the way there to what I play now. And it's just like he's just been the person who taught me everything. And my mom, like, she was the one who kind of also like sang to me, and I kind of just picked it up and like, we would sing in the car together, and suddenly like I'd sing harmonies with her, and she'd be like, "Whoa, how did you know how to do that?" I'm like, "I don't know, I hear you." So
Okay,
yeah.
what was that one OPM song that you guys would sing together?
Oh my gosh. OPM song. I feel like for every time we'd hear this song together, like, dude, you're gonna laugh at me, but it's literally our karaoke song when I was younger. It's
What
the
is
one,
it?
it's the Jeep song that goes, Sasakyan kita sa
Yeah.
lahat ng gusto ko. Do you know that song?
I no, I've heard it before. I think if you keep on singing it, I could probably join you, but like my Tagalog's kind of trash at the moment. So just
Sasakyan kita. Da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. You know?
oh my gosh, it's like there. It's there. I've heard it before.
Yeah.
I probably sang it before. It's probably on my Tagalog playlist. Like
Yeah.
is it like a disco? Like no how
To
because
be
I
honest,
see like Jeep.
yeah,
Because
It's a Jeep song.
it's a Jeep song. Like is it like the cover art is the Jeep?
I think so. Cause it's like I'll ride. That's what the lyric
Okay.
is in English.
We
But
have
there's
we have
another
an
song.
audience here. We
We have
have
an
an
audience.
audience here. If you know, if you guys, I know you guys are like very I know you guys are very, you guys know music. So if you know what song she's talking about, because this is going to be stuck in our head, like, let us know. But then what other song was there? I guess it's.
Have you ever, because my family, he said we have no idea. Yeah, honestly, I'm sure it exists somewhere. It's in the internet. I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Okay.
But there's
Okay.
another song, because we grew up watching GMA
Mm-hmm.
and It Bulaga, if you guys know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's this dance crew, for like a girl dance crew, and their name is like Sex Bomb. That's their name. I- that's the name, guys. And so they have this song about spaghettis, and that's like my OG song. Every time I listen to it, I'm just like dancing with them. I'm like, spaghetti, ba ba ba. Ba, 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 spaghetti, da, da, us. Yeah, it's just like a good song.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, and they go,
yes.
get out.
Aquí Philo. Yeah. Oh my
Kita
god.
ulo ko. Yes, I know
Yes.
all the classics.
Oh my
But
gosh. Oh, those are classics for sure. Wait, okay. So you did mention like Sex Bomb Girls was so like when we were growing up, we're like around the same age. Like around like here, I think the first other than like Alea Salonga song for me that I was exposed to, like the classic song that I was exposed to was Ocho Ocho. Was it big? And was it big when you were growing up there, or was it just an American thing that they hyped
what's
up?
so funny? It's actually, I think it's an American thing that they
It's
hyped
an
up.
American thing?
No,
No
for
way.
here's the thing. I knew about it when I was
Mhm.
younger, but for some reason, when I was in middle school and high school, my friends would just do the dance and like sing it, and I'm just like, why is this coming up right now? Like, this is so weird, but so funny. So I'm like, I think it's also an American thing, though.
Oh my, no, it's so funny because you bring up high school. I didn't know that's like sex bomb girls existed until high school. So that like
What?
yeah, dude. Okay, like legit, I like fun fact, like I wasn't really immersed with like what was happening like with Filipino music and culture until like high school. And then like I
Yeah.
had this one friend, she like played like the sex bomb girls. And I'm like, what is this dance? And like, what is this song? It's like it sounds like it's like interesting. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like other than like Ocho Ocho or like Bebo, like I guess there's like the sex bomb girls.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like
like
in their own category of like,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wait,
they're
Sex
amazing.
Bomb Girls is a GMA artist?
I think they're a dance crew from a show on GMA, and
Okay.
then that's how they became popular. Their
Yeah.
own songs or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I think now, since like there's TikTok and there's Instagram, you know, like they're pushing like all these like classic songs. Like now, like the Sex Bomb Girls have been like pushed even more like during these past 5 years. Like they never like blew up here in the United States until like these like until like 2017, which is like
I
weird.
know, I
It's
know, and that's
so
like
weird.
the time where they stopped. They like broke up.
Really? They broke up?
Oh, sorry to burst your bubble.
Oh man, this is okay. Okay, there's other artists that we could support. But okay, so you and your mom eventually migrated to the Bay Area and resided in Fremont. Was that a tough transition for you?
Yeah, to be honest, I we actually moved around the Bay Area a lot, so I actually went to three different elementary schools, I think. We started out in Fremont, and then we moved again the next year to Newark, and then moved back to Fremont. So I went to three different elementary schools, like for my third, fourth, fifth grade, which was like, what? Um, but also, dude, my Tagalog was so crispy, and that like I did not know how to speak English.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so actually, when I was in third grade, these two friends that I met, their names are Francine and Kimberly. They were so nice to me that they actually printed me the Pledge of Allegiance, And that's how I recited it every morning, just by looking at that paper. Yeah,
Really?
because I didn't know what it was.
Oh, I to be honest, we don't really do that much in schools anymore, so
That's
it's
good.
okay.
Just kidding.
Kneel down, I don't know, but like yeah, like I remember like yeah, wait, you migrated here when you were 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like during that time, they always stress the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, right? Every morning.
Yeah. Yeah, do they
Like
still
that.
do that now in elementary schools?
I don't believe so because if it were, it would have been a continuing thing here, like in like for middle school and high school, I believe.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'd be like very patriotic, right? America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
America. 4th of July.
America. 4th of July.
Oh my gosh. No, we love America. We love America.
We love America, but you guys got some fixing to do. Like,
Yeah.
well, everywhere has fixing to do,
Yeah.
especially the Philippines. But
Mhm.
okay, since you are a multi-instrumentalist type of musician, were you 100% committed to music, or did you find any subjects or hobbies that were interesting while you attended school?
Um, no, I was actually a really shy kid growing up, and I didn't really pick up like creating music and just like making music until I was in high school. Um I did like the talent shows in middle schools with my friends, but I never really like pursued it. And so I think, but obviously like my dad was teaching me instruments, like I feel like kind of that tiger dad where it's like, they, hey, practice this 30 minutes a day kind of thing. And so I feel like at in the start I was just like, oh, okay, dad, like I'll do it. And then I think as time goes by, I actually found like interest and passion for it. And in high school, my sophomore year to my senior year, I did theater. I'm a theater kid. And so that was fun. And I did musicals and just learned about entertainment and what it's like performing on stage. And that was really cool. And I really liked it. And so that kind of sparked my passion and interest for just entertainment itself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard that. Okay, so you graduated, you go to college, you decided to do community college, right?
Yes.
That's the way to go. I swear,
It's
it's
the
the
way
way
to
to go.
go. No, for real. I didn't
Save
have to take my
money,
SAT
bro. You
because
know
I
what?
went to community college.
Yeah, girl, I swear, like you save money. I took the ACT and I realized like in the middle of like college app season, like I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go straight to community college.
Uh
But you went to community college and then share with everybody what was your intended major.
the the Filipinos are gonna like love this. But yeah, my intended major was nursing, and I did that for 2 years and a half, and then I did the internship. I took a gap year, because I just didn't love it what I was doing, and so took a gap year to figure myself out and things that did me. Still in that gap year, and so yeah, I actually did nursing for 2 years at Ohlone College.
Dang. So you didn't like it?
It just wasn't for me. I feel like I love learning about your bodies
Mm-hmm.
and just the muscles, and I loved anatomy. It's just like I think thinking about the job ahead, like of just nursing and like career, that career path for me just wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Like at least you found that out in the middle of the process, especially of you like taking like community college courses and
Mhm.
like because with the classes that you took, you can use like the anatomy, physiology like in a broad like broad different like areas of like work and like
Yeah.
yeah, and you saved yourself time and money and energy, and I applaud you for sharing that story because a lot of kids like our age are like
Mm.
especially Filipinos, like they always think, oh my god, I gotta be a nurse, or I gotta be a doctor or an engineer. And like for you to like share that story and saying like, oh my god, like I don't want this, like you can inspire other people to like do the same thing and like find their own passions and like find their own path of how they can like reach that level of success that they want to like pursue. But with that, like how did that decision inspire you to pursue your passions, or like what you found interesting?
I really one thing I would say though is I do understand, like, Filipinos really care about like the family, right? And we're very family oriented people, and we really want to honor our parents and our families with the things that, they want us to do and be. And I think um how I've started to view that, or just my views changed, is that part of it is my calling and what God has called me to do. Um and I realized that it's different. He called me to do something different. He called me to create. He called me to share the gospel through music. And that's something that really changed my perspective on just my beliefs too. Not that I don't like honor my parents, it's just like I honor them, but like I honor God too, and like what he's called me to do.
Love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. Okay. So you're in regards to your calling. So before I met you, I was hanging out with a mutual friend of ours, and he was talking about like I'm working with this talented artist named Jazelle. We're re-releasing her tracks that she previously like released. So of course I started listening to like your release songs, and as I'm listening to your songs, like starting with Rebels and then Undo and then like Very Sad Song, and then now to like your rendition of We Can Happen, I could see the growth and maturity in your soul and how you implement that in your songwriting. With that in mind, describe your creative process when you write new music or put a creative spin on a classic.
Ooh, that's a good question. Creative process. To be honest, like I start with just me and my guitar. I feel like that's like my go-to. Um, and honestly, I love like putting your own version to like a song, right? And I feel like the way I viewed my sound, it's very like acoustic. It's very I mean some of my songs, most of my songs are acoustic. Um Honestly, I just kind of start singing until I find what sounds good to me. And I think also growing up, I had this like kind of jealousy feeling that like, oh my gosh, my voice isn't as belty as like other people's, right? And I think it just also has to do with how much you appreciate what you have. Excuse me. But yeah, I realized like that it's okay if I can't sing high notes like Ariana Grande, or if I can't belt like Mariah Carey or Beyonce. I think we all have our own voices to make our own version, and I think I embraced my tenderness and my like my the way I hear myself is that I just kind of whisper. Not like Billie Eilish whisper, but like I just sing very like chill. That's I guess that's my voice, is just chill. As a lot of people put it. But yeah, I think just embracing what I have has made me realize, okay, like you don't have to sound like them. Just make your own version. So that I think that's my creative process to it.
No, I love that because, yeah, we have Ariana Grande, we have Whitney Houston, and we have like Mariah Carey, and they sing the high notes, right? But like we need like the mellow songs or like the mellow like vibe. Because like, okay, like fun fact, my brother's autistic, so he's sensitive to like different
Mhm.
like sounds and like or pitches. So like, especially when I listen to like your music and or like around him, like he's like calm, he's mellow, like he lets me listen to it and like in comparison to like all the other like songs or Tagalog
Yeah.
songs that have like the high notes or whatever that he like forces me to like switch. So we need more of that in the industry and to like push that more because we have to show love to like the altos and the basses.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, like sopranos, like yeah, you guys are good, but like no, we need like love for like everyone, every musician.
Oh,
Um,
I love like artists, like singers with like low notes, like Lord. Girl,
oh
that
yeah,
she can sing low and like, dude,
the vibe,
the vibe.
the vibe. Oh, it's so good. So you
Yeah.
can't. So you mentioned that you play the drums, the piano, guitar, but you recently found your love for the bass. What makes the bass stand out more other than the instruments that you can play?
Not a lot of people know this story, but I love telling it. So my dad's a music teacher, right? He taught me like basically all the band instruments that I know. I started with drums. I think I went to piano next. Loved it, but didn't really like stick with it. And I learned guitar. Um I realized I love string instruments just by playing guitar. And then there was like another instrument in a band. So he taught me like the band instruments, right? Like,
Mhm.
and so the last one was the bass. And I think I remember asking him, "Hey dad, like what's that other guitar over there?" And he was like, "That's actually the bass, right?" And so yeah, like he started teaching me and telling me what it is. And based on experience, I feel like a lot of people know what the other instruments are, but not like they kind of usually call like the other instrument if they're not usually musicians, they would call like, "Oh, is that another guitar?" kind of thing. And so I would always look at bass as like the underdog, I would say. Or like and so yeah, I learned it and I instantly like fell in love with it. And also I was like 13 or 14, I was watching this Disney movie called Lemonade Mouth. Have you seen it? Okay,
Yes, yes,
cool.
yes.
And so I was watching it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they were forming a band." And this girl, Naomi Scott, she played the bass player. And and then I saw it and I was like, "Dad, that's so cool. Like her bass is so cool." And then my dad bought me the same exact bass that she had in the movie. And
No way.
that's my first bass instrument ever. And that's where I learned from.
Nice. So what was the
So that was
first
like
song? What was the first song you like learned?
the first song I learned was Stand by Me by
Oh, okay,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
determinate.
Not to terminate, no. But it's just cool. I love telling that story where it's like Lemonade Mouth got me into bass playing.
Dude, that was the best
Right?
like
They need to
movie
make
during that time.
a freaking part 2.
Yeah, I think for Disney Plus, ah,
They missing out.
they
Literally.
are
They are
the
missing out.
money, man. They're missing
Yeah.
out on so much money, even
Bridget
though they already
Mendler
have it.
needs to come back.
Mm-hmm.
She's out here
Yeah.
doing law school.
At USC, I know.
Like, we just need her. If it goes on tour, bro, she would sell out Madison Square Garden. I'd be the first one to buy it.
Yeah, they all would.
Yeah.
Everybody, if they like came through like with their own vibe that they've like established like during the past like that's almost like 10 years now. Like my God, that would
Wow.
everybody would be like crazy.
Yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. So, your current mission with how you pursue songwriting and your performances is to create worshipful art that reflects your life experiences and spiritual walk with God. I want to know, what is your definition of worship?
Man, you are hitting me with these questions right now.
I got
Um
you. Character building girl.
yes, making me think. Well, to me like worship is a feeling or an expression of adoration. And so, I think saying that, yeah, to create worshipful art that reflects my life experience and like spiritual walk with God, I don't have to have a song that sounds like a Hillsong United song or an Elevation song, and call that like, and not call that worship. I feel like worship is anything that you put your heart into. And so to me, life isn't a linear straight line, and you're always going to have struggles, and you're always going to have, you know, emotions that you feel, because we're human. And I think I just wanted to embrace that humanness in us. Like, you know, in our life, in my life at least, I put God in every single thing that I do, like my relationships, my family, my hobbies, music, my career, and just like even myself. And so to say that I want to create like worshipful art through experience, I want to, write a song about my relationships and have that glorify God. And I think that's what worship is to me. Just showing the authenticity of human emotions, that we're not perfect. We're never, we'd be lying if we said that we're always grateful. Like, there are times where we're not, and I want to show that sometimes we're in need of love, we're in need of hope, we're just like in need of things, and that's who we are as humans. And I kind of wanted to show, not kind of, I wanted to show that, it's not all rainbows and butterflies, that we can write about our pain, we can write about our suffering, and have that still glorify God, by saying that we need Him. And so that's kind of how I view it.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I
I
just hit you
swear.
with that, like,
I was like, oh my gosh. No, okay, I swear, because I like, for those who don't know, I've asked like these hard questions to like established actors, musicians, and I swear that was like one of the best responses I've ever had for like these types of questions. And like,
yo,
oh, God guides you through everything. I swear to God. Oh my
no,
God.
for real. Are you,
So,
yeah, like, it's just so amazing just to see how far I've come, but also like seeing where God has brought me through these past years with my music, and just like every single thing in my life, and how everything connects. And that's kind of what I want to write about. And so it's amazing. Thank you so much for asking that question.
ah, anytime. Anytime. So, like, going back to your answer, let's talk about a very sad song, which, it's a very sad song. Like, when I heard it, when you and your team released it back in April, like, the feels were like so strong. Like, my impression of the song was like, if a guy or girl treated you, Giselle, like this, like you're like that, like you feel like you're not worthy enough, like you gotta dump them, like F that, like push them away. But after some research and clarification, there's a whole different story behind that I think a lot of people can relate to. So can you share us that story behind why you wrote a very sad song?
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I actually wrote this not knowing what the title was gonna be. And so I just kind of wrote the song without the title first. And I think I didn't have a good, like, I felt like I thought so hard on what the title was gonna be that I was like, you know what, this is just a very sad song, so I'm just gonna call it that. Um, and yeah, so sorry, can you remind me of the question again? I
Yeah.
blanked out for a second.
Tell us the story behind why you wrote a very sad song.
Okay, so this is about one of my very close friends, I would say best friend, that I had in high school and throughout my childhood. I feel like literally my elementary school years. And so we kind of grew up together, and I think it was during my high school, my senior year of high school, that this person and I drifted apart um, for unclear reasons. I was very unsure of what I did. Just very unsure of like, okay, what was the reason why we like drifted apart, and so it was kind of just me giving myself closure, um, with all the uncertainty that went around with that relationship or that friendship. So it was just about me giving myself closure, and yeah, it started out to be me kind of sharing my feelings, and then it ended the song as like telling this person like I'm better now. Um like I think it was just me going through, like when you have to go for a drive to clear your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
This song is kind of that, where I have to write it to clear my head. And so when I was writing through it, obviously there was some pain towards the beginning. There was some hurt there, and then maybe the last half of the song is more of me kind of giving myself that closure now, like, okay, I'm better now. Even though, like, I was still sad and I'm still sad, but I have this knowledge that it's okay. Like, I'll be fine. So that's kind of what the song is about. Just about my friendship with this person, of a lot of the uncertainty in it, of like why things happened the way it did, and finally accepting that it's okay if I don't know. I'm still okay.
Nice. Oh my god. Because yeah, like because a lot of people can like listen to this and be like, "Oh my gosh, this guy broke her heart." Like Kawawa, and I don't know
Kawawa!
Kawawa.
Bro, I'm dead.
No, but seriously, like oh my god, like who hurt her like that? Like dang, but like to know it's not through like love. It's not like through like a romantic relationship. It's through like friendship and like and how like you guys drifted apart and you guys just didn't know what happened. Like you didn't have like you didn't like know why this was happening, and you know it's about growth, and then it's about like
Mm.
moving on. I think that's gonna like resonate. It like this song just resonates with like a lot of people, like no matter what age you're at, like no matter if you're just like a teenager or an adolescent, or rather like a 50-year-old like who like lost friends. Like I think yeah, this song is just it just hits different. That's why I really wanted to ask you about A Very Sad Song, because no, everybody should listen to the song just because it just uplifts you, saying like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna be better now.
Mm.
I'm gonna do this and that. Like I don't need this person in my life, or like the what is that? Like the hype that they give me, or like no the attention that they give me when I do this and that. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it for myself.
Yeah, I wanted to say also that it wasn't me kind of like dissing that person. It was
Hmm.
kind of just me going through my emotions, and um kind of just, yeah, I don't ever want to like say like, yeah, like I don't need you kind of thing, but I think as a more of a person that I am, like this song is just me telling them like, okay, I'm good. But
Hmm.
also, which is so funny, cuz when I have had enough, I've had enough. And so like, no, for real, I'll just like say it nicely though. But
Nicely
I
with
think,
your like soft voice and be like, hey, I've had
hey,
enough. I'm better
had
now.
enough. Yeah, but it's so funny because a lot of people think this is a breakup, like with a relationship, but it's
Mhm.
actually a friendship breakup, which is, I feel like, yeah, kill him with kindness.
Kill 'em
Um,
with kindness.
yeah, so this is actually a friendship breakup, which for some reason, like, was so. I feel like friendship breakups are harder. I mean, in
Oh, it
my
is.
experiences, like,
Yeah.
you're, yeah. So this was like, kind of felt like a relationship breakup. Not gonna lie, I was like,
Really.
yeah, Wawa, dude.
Kawawa.
Yeah, but no, I love this song, and I'm so glad that it's out there, that everybody can hear it, and yeah.
Okay, I have one more question regarding this song, because you admit that you didn't feel worthy chasing your dreams, or you lost trust. What did you learn about yourself during that time, and what message of hope can you share with everyone who resonates with your experience?
Yeah. One of the topics in the song was chasing your dreams and doing the things that you loved again, like without this person. And I think what meant so much to me, because that was me kind of telling myself like, hey, I'm gonna pursue music again. And it was hard because I did music with this person. Like they were like one of the primary reasons that uh, I loved music in the past, that I enjoyed music because I was doing it with them. And so yeah, I think just picking it up again and like pursuing music for yourself, right? And not for anybody else. And it's just like a feels good to do it again without feeling sad or without feeling like you need another human being with you to do it. Um I mean, it would be nice, but I think just doing it for yourself, and again, like doing it for God's calling, like His calling for you. And I think that's what I said. Like a lot of the things in my life has just been built based on God and His calling for me. And so, yeah, like a message of hope. Honestly, like just keep going. And I know that life can be sucky sometimes. Here's the thing I'm gonna say with friends though. It's really nice to meet people, to build relationships with them in your life. But I would say that sometimes a person is only in your life to help you grow and to leave an impression, and even if, and maybe that's God's like way of being there for you to show you something. And if I hadn't been in this situation with this person, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And that goes with people around you. So you meet people, and sometimes they leave your life, and sometimes that's God's way of being there for you, right? So that He just helps you grow, and He helps you see that yes, a door may be closed, but another one opens.
Oh, good. Amazing. When
Let's
the
go.
Lord closes a door somewhere, He
Mm.
opens a window. Yes.
Period.
Period. Straight up facts, man. Oh my God. Okay, let's like talk about something very happy now.
Yeah, I was like, Kawawa. That's so funny that you said that.
Man. Oh,
Yeah.
like, okay, now we're gonna uplift our spirits and talk about We Could Happen. So We Could Happen, it's a very happy song filled with hope and feel like, yeah, we could happen, and like this could happen, like anything could happen.
Yes.
Like especially the music video, like AJ Rafael's like music video. Oh my gosh, Disneyland out of all places, happiest place on earth. Okay. But do you remember how old you were or what you were doing when you discovered that song?
Dude, I was in middle school,
Middle school. Okay.
probably. And I was just like, I think it was like the time where YouTube was first being like, when YouTube became popular, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like. And then AJ and Tori were like super big with their covers, and I found that song, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then dude, all of my friends just started playing it on the ukulele,
Yeah.
and then we would just literally, it was just the song of the summer. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember that time?
I do. It was like hype beast, raw type of like
RAR
raw.
XD. It was
Yes.
like it was like the time where Kick was on.
Kick! Oh my God, Kick! And then AJ Rafael.
Yeah.
I don't know if AJ Rafael did this, but like, know how Kick was like the place to like
It was the
contact,
place.
like it was like the place to contact like whoever, like because people were starting off, people really didn't know about privacy, like in regards to the internet.
Yeah.
So like Kick, like I don't know. I don't remember if he did this, but I think like especially like artists, they would like be like message me on Kick, and then like you'd be like the like a lucky person if you got like a response back.
Yeah. I
Kick.
didn't.
Oh my god.
It was during that time that I was
Yeah.
just loved that song.
Love that. So,
Yeah.
so you love it so much. What inspired you to put your own twist to "We Could Happen"?
To be honest, like I was scrolling to TikTok. That's the new Vine now. But I saw this video of this girl like playing We Could Happen on piano. And it was like the most beautiful thing ever. And it was like and I just started envisioning like it sounded like one of those songs where you literally can walk down the aisle with it. Like it was
Mhm.
that vibe. And so I was like, yo, I'm not getting married soon, but I want this to be on my wedding day and I want to walk down the aisle with it. And so, yeah. And to be honest, like it's so funny because the person I'm dating now, my boyfriend, it's literally our song. Like that's our song. And it's just like and he's not even Filipino, but he knows all the
He
Filipino
isn't,
dudes. He isn't.
dude.
He's
He
Puerto
when
Rican.
I saw him on like that day at the Asher, he looked Filipino.
You know
I
how
was
you
like,
can
okay,
know?
Giselle,
You know
you
how you
got a
can
good
know that
looking
he's not
Filipino.
Filipino? But you know how you can know that he's not Filipino?
What? What
Cuz he's
happened?
5'10".
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, but a lot of people think he's Filipino, but he's Puerto Rican and Mexican. But it's so funny because he knows all the Filipino dudes artists. I'm sorry, Julian, I didn't mean to make the short Filipino jokes. I'm short, so it's
No, but
okay.
like compared to both of us, Julian's tall. So
Dude, for real. So
yeah,
it doesn't even affect Julian. It's just like
yeah.
I'm literally 5.
Yeah, I was so surprised. I was like, "Oh my god, there's like so much energy. Like there's so much talent in this like little girl. Like I'm like 5'2", so I'm like, I'm not. It's not that little. She's not really like little, but like,
Yeah.
but in comparison to like other people, you're like, they're gonna be
Mm.
surprised. Like when they meet you, when you ever have like your meet and greets or whatever, they're gonna be like, no way, you're like my
They're
height.
gonna Rhea, they're gonna be like, wait, oh. No, I love my height, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool.
Yo, short people live longer, so.
We're fun sized.
Yes, we could fit anywhere. Cabinet,
Anywhere. Exactly. Yeah.
cabinets. Yeah.
What was the question again?
Like, what inspired you to put your own twist to "We Can Happen"? I think you already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was just saying like my boyfriend knows he knows Jeremy Passion. He sings Lemonade to me all the freaking time. He loves um AJ Rafael, loves all the Filipino, like literally those songs. Jesse Barrera's
Hmm.
She Was Mine,
Oh
with
yeah.
AJ. That's such a
Oh
good song.
yes.
The only thing he doesn't know though that I need to put him on is Gabe Bondoc.
No.
Yeah, I
Gabe,
was like,
oh my god, yo, he's a Bay Area like
I know.
musician.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, so that's kind of how I wanted to do a rendition of that song. Love that song.
dude, you're like bringing up so much flashbacks, like J.R. Kino and like Gabe Bond, yo,
Bro.
whatever. Yeah, JRA. Oh,
JRA, man.
dude,
Yeah, so cool.
missed
And
you.
I've just been literally I love meeting Filipino artists like
Mhm.
Ian. Ian's
Mhm.
so freaking talented. And Ruby Ibarra, I literally
Yes.
just seen her like videos and stuff and I was just like, "Yo, she's so talented." And she's like in this tiny little girl, little woman.
She's
I
like
was like,
our
"Let's
height
go."
too. She's our height
Exactly.
also. Yes.
Yes.
There's so much
Filipino girls
power
unite.
and like
There's so
there's so
much.
much power in her. Ah,
Yes, honestly. I
yeah.
strive. I inspire to be like her. She's awesome.
You know what's very fun? Have you ever met her before?
No, I haven't. We talked
Dude,
though. She was so
okay.
cool.
Rock. Oh, you're in. No, like so I met her like one time. Like no, I met her like 3 times. The recent time I met her, like we were working an event together, and like she's like very like she's our height, right? And she's like actually like to herself. She just sits there and she's like a calm like lady. Like if some other person that didn't know who Ruby Ibarra was, like they wouldn't know like what she does and like how much power she has. But then all of a sudden, like you see her what's it called? You see her do like mic checks or just like rehearsing like backstage. Dude, there's like so much power and like dialect to her.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? Like it's like if no one knew what Tagalog was, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, is someone having a fight? Like it's
That's
so
so
much.
funny.
There's so much power. There's so much
Yeah.
power in her voice.
So
Like
good.
yeah. No, we
Dude,
have
I just love Tagalog raps though. I'm just saying.
dude. Yeah, no, Tagalog raps and just like the Tagalog dialect is just so pretty.
Right? I was
Like,
even if I didn't I don't know if we're biased because I can't even understand sometimes cuz it's so fast. But I'm just like, "Yo, that's fire."
yeah. Like, when Easy Mill says like bata ako, I'm like, yeah, when you were young and then you felt discriminated. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like
understand that when
say
you're
it.
young. That's so sad,
Yeah.
but okay.
Dude,
Bro.
I also grew up listening to like Filipino rappers like Francis Magalona and
Mm-hmm.
Cloud9.
Yeah.
It's so good. Is
Dude,
it
it's just so
Cloud9?
much fun.
No, it's Glock.
I don't know.
I forgot their name. But you're just like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like they're all good.
They're all good.
We have to uplift all these artists and like all these people who have been in the game because no, we have to share like our like roots and like our struggles and like with that it's like with music and like especially like Ruby Bar's Us. Damn.
Mhm.
Oh my god. But it's so good. So like for you to share the story, your background, like I think this is like a step to bridging the gap to like what's it called? Of like to like expose everybody who's like not even Filipino to our culture and then to our roots and like our music and our stories. But like one more question for We Could Happen. So I did research, like went on Spotify, went on Apple Music. I typed in We Could Happen. In Apple Music, there's only 2 versions of it. It's AJ Rafael's and then his like wedding processional version of We Could Happen. And then on Spotify, it's those 2, but then there's also like a Mora Delatore cover of it also. So like after Mora, it's gonna be yours that's available on all streaming platforms. So no, like that's actually a huge deal because like a lot of people they do like cover songs, like especially Filipinos, they do cover songs and then like it's available on streaming services. But like for a song so iconic like We Could Happen, for you to have like the third version of it, like from a third artist, like no, there's AJ, there's Mora Delatore. Like, bro, like you're with like legends. So like
I know. I
like
know.
how does it feel to have like the third cover version like of We Could Happen on streaming platforms?
Terrifying.
It's so good though. It's so good.
So good.
I can't.
Mora is so I listen to her all the time. She's so good. Like honestly, I'm nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't even know that. I thought there was more, to be honest with you.
Like, okay, there's
But
some on YouTube, right? But like, yo, to have it on a streaming platform
yeah,
though, that's like
that is
that's
true. That is
huge.
true. That is huge.
Yeah.
This is my first cover, to be honest too. This is my first cover that I'm releasing, so I wanted it to be a song that I wanted it to be a song we could happen. I just wanted to do this cover, so I'm excited, but I'm nervous because yes.
How I see your cover version of We Could Happen, it's like there's gonna be so many reels with your cover, because it's so calming. Like, it could be like someone's at a beach walking the sunset, or like someone's just like in their fields and like missing someone. So like, yo, there's this version, there's so many like ways creators can like use it. And you know what? Thank you so much, because you gave us that outlet to like use it in like whatever way that like that we feel like is possible. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing. You're setting the bar, like, because there's like, yeah, we could happens like a fun joyful song, but for you to like take things slow and like do the things that we've mentioned like previously, like in this interview, like, dude, you're setting the bar. Like
Thank
you're
you.
showing that we could evolve from like the original and then like take it a step further. So, dude,
Julian just brought up a really good point. He said like to simp to the song, and I feel like that's one of the things that like I like define myself, is that I'm a simp creator. So
mhm.
I would turn a faster song like We Could Happen and simplify it. And
Yeah.
so I think like you're right, like it'd be so cool if people like did like TikTok videos, if like those TikTok videos where
Mhm.
they like do different pictures of like their significant other, and like they're at the beach, and like it like sees that and stuff. That would be
Dude,
so cool.
it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And then we're gonna like see it all grow. And then we're gonna just be on our For You pages, and it's gonna be like
Oh
Giselle's We
shoot.
Passion. Giselle's like, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna be like, yeah, bro, we've seen her grow. Oh my gosh, and it's blowing
Manifesting.
manifest.
Yeah, manifest
Um,
it.
yeah, it's gonna be so good. But okay, so we're near the end of our interview, and I
No.
know, I'm so sad. This is like the first and best like interview I've ever had. Like, this is just so much fun.
Aw.
You set the standard high. I'm gonna be so disappointed for like any other person that
Oh my
comes to the
gosh,
show.
Rhea.
I swear, and
You're
then
so
they don't
funny.
have, like, if we don't have like this energy, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like, damn, what happened? But okay, consistency is such a hard thing for many people to commit to. But you're killing it in the game with your releases and your TikToks, where I know you're gonna just skyrocket from this day forward. So to end this interview, I have two questions. One of them is, what accomplishments do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 to 10 years?
I would love to meet AJ Rafael.
Okay, hold up. Yeah, let's go back to like we could happen,
Oh
because
my
I did like look through your comments, and then like he commented, right, and then your boyfriend commented like, hey, can you like sing at our wedding? And I swear we're gonna manifest it for you, girl. It's gonna
Thank you.
happen.
It's gonna
Like,
happen. He's gonna
it's
sing that
we
song
could
as
have
I
like,
walk down the aisle.
oh, he's gonna play the piano too. Like, oh my god, it's going to happen. We're putting that in the universe. Like, I swear, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see that. I
Hey,
swear,
you're
oh my
invited.
god,
You're
oh
invited,
my
Rhea.
gosh, I'm so sorry. I just invited myself, but
No, you didn't. I invited you right now on live
but
camera.
so it's gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't
It
know,
happened.
but
Yeah.
like, seriously, it's going to happen. You know what? All your team, even myself, we're gonna make this happen for you. We're gonna help you meet AJ Rafael. He's such a cool guy. Like, it's going to happen. You're gonna perform with him too. We're manifesting this. This is not like set in stone, but we're just putting it out there in the universe. Like,
Yeah. We're just putting it out there so that the universe can do its thing and work.
mm-hmm.
AJ, if you're watching this,
you know,
yeah.
we have your support. We're
That's so
supporting you,
funny.
AJ.
That's so funny. Yeah. But yeah, 10 years. I would love to meet AJ. Would love to have him sing at my wedding. But in all seriousness, wait, that was serious though. Not even joking.
It's going to
Um,
happen.
it's
We're
gonna
gonna we're
happen.
gonna replay this at your
Yeah.
wedding.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I would love to just play bass for other artists too around the Bay. It would be so fun to like go on tour maybe someday. Um, it would be. I just literally, I think out of all of this, I just want to meet people. Like, it's so fun meeting people. It's so fun meeting you. Like, I just love talking to people. And it's so like I think that's what hypes me up a lot of the times is just like to meet new people, make connections, make fun things, live life with people and just have fun. And so, yeah, I literally just want to meet people and have fun with my life. That's my main thing in life, and success with music, I think that is very like that can be like a black and white area where it's like, oh, you when you go open or play at like the biggest venue ever, that's when you'll be successful. But to me, I think it's just meeting people and playing with people and doing what you love is success to me. Because I don't want to live a life that I would hate. So, yeah, that's my
Mhm.
answer.
Oh, yes. Yes. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for
Thanks,
you.
dude.
It's going to happen. Like, oh my, like like you said, yeah, success is not by like how many, it's not how many like records you sell or if you sell out a concert or you play at a venue. It's the connections you made and like the life experiences that come with it and the lessons you've learned. So, ah, so good. Wait, okay, one more question. One more question. Since Bridging the Gap is a place where meaningful conversations are held to help listeners utilize their interests and bridge the gap to create their own unique story and passions, from this day forward, how do you see yourself continuing to bridge the gap between your faith and your music? Oh.
Excuse me. I just drank some really good boba there. My bad.
Cafe 86.
But but I do worship services at my church, so I'm gonna continue doing that every Sunday. I'm gonna continue creating, and I'm gonna continue um meeting people. I feel like I think from now on, I want to collaborate more with people, with other songwriters, with other artists, and like just talk to them and see their story too. And that's what I love about collaboration is that you get to meet people and you get to make music with them. And so that's how I bridge the gap. Like, I feel like there's people have their own story to tell, and it's very, very good stories if people just listened and if they just shared with the world. And so I think that's how I want to like keep going with this is that God gave people their own stories to tell, and I think that's something that he's calling me to do is to help people share their story, and even if that's through my music and help them like resonate like you said with the things that I'm going through, like that's the goal. And like if they can feel like they have hope with the songs that I'm singing, and then that's all I want, you know. I just want people to feel loved by music, by the things that I create.
Well, we love you and whoever listens, whoever watches this and like listens to it, I don't know, 5 to 10 years from now, who like when you make it big and then like when they see you just like starting off, they're really gonna love your story. So, Jazelle, thank you so much for being my first guest on Bridging the Gap.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Like, I didn't know I was your first guest. That's so crazy. I literally just saw your story last night and you were like, "Oh, I'm finalizing everything." And I was like, I'm nervous. So this is really great, dude. Like, I'm great job with the podcast and everything. And I actually have one question for you.
Oh my gosh, okay.
You're like, I'm not prepared.
I'm not. I'm
Get
the
ready.
one that's supposed to be Oprah.
This is yeah. Get ready. I'm gonna ask this question. Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Pineapples on pizza, yes or no? And why?
Um, Growing up, know how in like school they have the pizza option. To be honest, I would get it because that'd be like the only option. But then like looking back, it's disgusting. I think so. But
So it's a no. It's a no.
it's a no. And I think you guys are probably gonna like give me hate.
Don't give her hate, guys.
Don't give me hate.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, but like I think it really depends on. I think I could probably deal with it, but you know what turns me off is the ham. I don't like ham. That's
Really?
why. Yeah, I'm a turkey.
Okay, what if it's just like pizza but no ham? It's just pineapples. Like there's no ham.
I think this is how I see it. There's a pizza and then there's no ham, but there's like the pineapples. And if I don't have any fruit with me, I probably just will take out the pineapples and eat that itself, even though it's like kind of warm, even though there's like the juices are kind of gone and evaporated. Like I'll still eat it.
Okay. But not on the pizza.
Not on the pizza. For my pizza choices, I'm more of a mushroom, garlic, and like Italian sausage.
Wait, that's good.
It's so good. Okay, like seriously, like for the Bay Area people, Toto's Pizza. Have you ever had Toto's Pizza?
No, but
we're gonna go bring you Toto's.
Wait, swear. Where is that?
That's mostly in the peninsula.
Because I went to a pizza place in Palo Alto. I don't remember the name. It might have been Toto's, but it's like pizza that's like it has prosciutto on it.
Prosciutto.
Like the charcuterie stuff.
Oh my god, I love charcuterie boards.
And like arugula leaves.
Oh, I love arugula.
I'm just like, so much. Whoa, this is so good. You need to try that. I need to find out the name and send it to you. But it's a pizza place. Yeah, and they have like the prosciutto thingies and then arugula on it. I'm like, wow, this is the best pizza I've ever tasted.
Dude,
but yeah,
we're gonna go. We're gonna hang out after this and get like our charcuterie pizza.
Wait, actually, I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it. Like we'll make plans. But
Julian, want to come?
Yeah, Julian, you guys, the Reyes families, you guys are welcome too. But
let's go.
Before we end this, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on social media if you just type in Jazelle Music. That's JAZELLE Music MUSIC. I forgot how to spell for a second. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And you can find me on any streaming platforms at Jazelle, JAZELLE.
We love consistency. You made it easy for us.
Yes.
Consistency is key. And you've shown like your audience that. But yeah, seriously, thank you so much for being here with me for the first episode of Bridging the Gap. I love this so much.
Thank you for having me, Reya. I'm honored. You're so cool. You're so cool, dude.
You are too. I'm so excited to party with you.
I'm so excited to eat pizzas with you.
Let's go. Well, this concludes our first episode of Bridging the Gap. To stay tuned on future episodes, consider following this podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel at Hella Reya, if you love the video version of subscribe if you love the video version of these interviews. Follow me on Instagram at Hella Reya and at Hella Interviews. Hella Interviews will be the place where it's gonna be the place where I will post consistent updates on new episodes of Bridging the Gap and interviews with your favorite Capamilia stars. So make sure you follow Hella Interviews. So till then, be courageous and see you there.